Yo, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Two Virgos and the Mic. I'm LaVar Walker, and this is
K Douglas, aka Special K.
What's going on, man?
Man, just loving life, man. Looking forward to. I'm just reflecting on a lot of things that have happened throughout the course of another calendar year. Do you get reflective at the end, toward the end of the year, and think about? Do you find yourself being more, reflective on what happened during the course of the year?
Not necessarily. A little bit. I might get a little bit sentimental, but this was a great year for me, man.
Not from a sentimental standpoint, but from a standpoint of just you kind of evaluate things. You find yourself evaluating not just your life and your circumstances, but just things in general, like how you think about things, how your perspective on things. And like for me, I realized that in 2022, at the end, as I come to the end of it, I realized that there's so many things that I no longer give a fuck about.
That's interesting. Yeah, I feel that way. I do feel myself maturing. I do feel like, right now I'm very, very big on energy. I'm not trying to put myself into any negative situations. I'm not trying to be around any negative people. I'm trying to have this real growth set mentality, and I do feel like it's really helping me.
I think what brought me to this point is as we're entering, like I said, the end of the year. I'm at the end I'm on my 2-week break from work, where I'm not going in every day and talking about things and talking about pop culture and politics and the news of the day and all that other stuff. And I'm realizing the further I step away from that, the more I realize I truly don't care about most of the things that I have to talk about.
When you say the things that you have to talk about.
Like the news of the day, the pop culture stuff. Like before we started, you were talking about the whole Young Thug Gunna thing. Mm-hmm. Because we are in Atlanta, so we're saturated with this shit.
Right.
You have thoughts about it.
Right.
Apparently.
Exactly. A big thing.
I realized that I don't give a fuck one way or the other. Mm-hmm. I don't care what happens in that situation. I don't. And I posted something about it on Facebook last week. And I said I don't remember exactly, but it was something to the effect of, I'm wondering why anybody over the age of 26 makes this a priority in their life to think about. Like, why do you care? Why the fuck do you care? And somebody commented, she said, you should care because these are young black men in a situation being railroaded, and tomorrow it could be any one of us. I said, you are fucking nuts. It couldn't be me, because I'm not going to put myself in any of those situations that these young black men find themselves in. Not at this stage of my life. Now, when I was in my 20s, I was in every situation they was involved in, damn near, other than murder. But at this stage in there's no fucking way I'm involving myself in any of that bullshit.
Well, I find it most interesting because it just goes back to the old saying that, and I really I have to look dead at the camera at this to all the young brothers that's out there with me growing up on the south side of Chicago, being around gangs and all that shit.
Wake your ass up. Why you so goddamn sleepy?
I am not sleepy. I'm talking. I'm trying to have a good tone.
Sound like Raphael Warnock, motherfucker.
Well, shut up. So
Shit.
My thing is, dude, there's no honor amongst thieves. Like everybody continuously gets on this fucking train and they use this music shit, and every nigga want to believe in the fucking G code or your gangster shit. Even niggas working in warehouses and working in cubicles, nigga. And it's almost like all black men have to, for whatever reason, abide by a fucking G code. I'm gonna tell, motherfucker. Not only am I gonna tell, I'm not gonna even get involved because, nigga, you gonna go to jail fucking with me.
But the G
Fuck
code,
that shit.
Even if you're talking about on people's jobs and shit like that, if you know, like if a nigga got a hustle going and he's, taking shit out the back of the warehouse door, the code is you don't tell, you don't get involved in the shit. That's what you're talking about. Like amongst black people, there's a code that we abide by the bullshit no matter what.
Well, in the sense of
now, mind you, in that example, I support that because I would not 90% be either the nigga who's pushing the shit out the back, or I'd be the one on the end receiving the shit that's coming out the back. So
in that situation, I'm not gonna tell on this guy,
right?
Because that's some corporate
it don't involve you,
shit. Right?
Yeah, and it don't involve you.
But I guess I only look at it because I'm not gonna do no crime because I don't want to do no time, and I don't want to deal with no motherfucker. They're gonna tell. Right. The niggas gonna tell.
Yeah. If you do a crime with any more than one other person, you really rolling the fucking dice.
I mean, if
shit goes bad.
If these guys just look at the history of this shit, when you go back to the mafia, bro, the mafia had judges, police officers, mayors, governors, all on fucking payroll. Right. That shit crumbled because motherfuckers told, because it goes back to the principle, there is no honor amongst thieves.
And there's no stronger motivator or emotion than self-preservation. And when you're sitting in front of a judge, or when you're sitting across from a United States attorney and they're telling you you're facing 45 years in the federal penitentiary. Now, if you cooperate, it's possible we can whittle that down to 5 years, 5 years probation. And you're looking at that fucking calendar and you're seeing 2029 versus, or what was it, 2027 versus 2058.
Dude, it's just a vicious cycle.
So you saying you support snitching, or you just saying don't get in the situation to begin with?
I just say don't get involved.
See, but that opens up a bigger conversation, because what's going on right now is there seems to be that, like, motherfuckers are drawn to that gang that corrupt. What is that lifestyle that all these niggas is involved in? The gang shit, the corruption shit. Like, what is this thing? This whole YSL thing, and what is all that shit about? You know, and it goes to Jay Prince and all them people down in Houston and all this other shit. Like, what is all this shit really about? And why are people in it?
Like, I want to say this, right? We're in a time, it's 2022. And I get it. Motherfuckers living in the hood, they doing this. If you got a motherfucking cell phone and a goddamn Wi-Fi connection, nigga, you could do, there are babies on YouTube making $23 million a fucking year. Doing whatever. This whole notion of you have to be some type of street urchin or you gotta rob and steal, man, that shit is done, dog. Like, I don't understand this shit.
But you know what we sound like right now? We sound like Bill Cosby when he was telling niggas to pull their pants up. We sound like two old niggas that live in the suburbs telling niggas to pull their pants up.
Well, man,
and go to school. But that's what you coming off as. I'm not saying that's what you are, but I'm saying because you grew up seeing that kind of stuff. Because you didn't grow up in with the white picket fence and the two parents with the little dog and like, you didn't grow up in pristine conditions. Neither did I. But at some point we made choices. Now, I made my choices much later in life because I did get in trouble. I did go down that road. I did get arrested. I did do time. I did all that shit.
So let me ask you, what made you go down? Was it because your father wasn't around? What was it?
I think that had a lot to do with it. And I think we don't put enough emphasis on how important it is for fathers to fucking be there and raise your kids if at all possible. Because I was kind of a rudderless ship as I became into my late teenage years and started kind of going off the rails. And my mom couldn't really, because a woman can only control a man to a certain point. Mm-hmm. And at a certain point, you get too big for all that shit, and you like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And it got like that with my mom. She tried, but she couldn't control me. Did what the fuck I wanted to do, and I went off the rails, started doing, antisocial shit. Which leads me to another thing. Fathers. We've talked about this. Mm-hmm. The importance of fathers. Like, if you look at all the people in this YSL thing, if you look at the Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion thing, we're going to get into that too. If you look at a lot of these situations, and you peel back the layers, right? You peel back that fucking onion back to 5, 6 years old, 10 years old. Where were the fucking fathers? What were these family structures like? Because I think that black people too easily dismiss the importance of a family structure.
Oh, without a doubt.
And I think it's become so common. Like when I see another young black girl having a baby shower and she ain't pregnant, I get really irritated by that shit.
Having a baby shower when she's not pregnant?
Like, no, when she's not married. Oh. When I see all these young black girls, because I got 3 daughters, right? Mm-hmm. I got a wife, got 3 daughters. I got a sister-in-law, niece. So I got a lot. I got nieces on the other side too. So when I see all these girls, like somebody's always having a baby shower. 9 times out of 10, when my wife or my daughters or somebody going to a baby shower, 9 times out of 10, the girl ain't married. She's having this baby. And I don't want to be like shitting on people's situation, but I always know how this shit's going to end. Oh, the baby shower, everybody's excited. The baby shower going to be grand. It's going to be great. They put all this planning into it. I know a year from now, her and this motherfucker ain't going to be together. It's going to be drama. It's going to be battling, going back and forth. He ain't shit. You taking this nigga to court. He ain't doing, like, I know how this shit's going to end up.
So,
and why do we celebrate? Like, why is this shit okay? Why is it okay that we keep celebrating single motherhood? That shit is a problem. And it leads to bigger problems down the road.
So the biggest problem in our community that we face, it goes back to, it's not the white man. It's the lack of the father in the home. It's the lack of family structure, lack of nuclear structure. Now, if niggas can abide by this so-called G code without even thinking about it, and worried about who's snitching, who telling, and ostracizing those who snitching and telling, then motherfuckers can abide by doing right family values. How about the family code? How about that? How about making motherfuckers embarrassed if they not at home or they got broken families? Do you know how strong we would be? And think about it.
I mean, and people talk about, they say, well, because we talk about this a lot, you know, that men aren't allowed to be fathers when they're not the custodial parent, but it completely hopscotches over the issue of why are you a single parent to begin with? Because to me, that's the core of the problem. It's not that, oh, I got a baby with this chick and she won't let me come see my child. Or I got a baby with this chick and I'm paying the money, but she's still doing X, Y, and Z. The problem is, why do you have a baby with this chick? Why do you have... Now, full disclosure, I am a baby daddy. I had a kid with a woman I wasn't married to when I was 22 or 23. I had a kid with a chick, my oldest son. I never married his mom. Then, full disclosure, when he was 5, I met my current wife, who I've been with for 29 years. I met my current wife. We had a child. We weren't married, but we were planning on getting married. And we got married when my daughter was 2.5, 3 almost, right? Because part of the reason behind it was because being a baby daddy, and I didn't have drama with my son's mama. Well, we had a little bit of drama, but I was never on child support or any of that. But it taught me that, okay, baby daddyhood is not the thing. I don't want to be that dude. I don't want to be that dude. Now, I didn't have no guidance. I didn't have nobody coaching me to tell me that this was a bad thing. But I knew within myself that it didn't feel right to be a parent with somebody and we ain't together. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel right. So I rectified the situation. I'm not saying I got married to my wife only because we had a kid, but I knew I didn't want to start this fucking pattern. Mm-hmm. And we've been together 29 years. We've raised 4 other kids within that marriage. And what I'm saying, so I'm not speaking from a standpoint of, oh, I'm better than you, I know more. No, I fucked up too. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, why do we not put more emphasis on what the fuck are we doing?
Because it does come down.
As a community, what are we doing?
It comes down to us making these choices as a culture. It's definitely a cultural decision, which, you know, some of that shit, like you gonna shame Gunna for snitching. Shame these bitches that's lining up to have Nick Cannon's baby. Shame them. Like, you should be
or these NBA players' babies.
Yeah, like you
Tristan Thompson and all these other ones, like these other dudes, Diddy.
Right.
Like these bitches having babies for Diddy. You ain't his wife. What are you doing?
And in these situations,
that's a social crime.
In these situations, no one thinks about the long-term effects that it will have on these children.
Cause they only looking at the money.
Yeah.
They're only looking at the money. They're only and the money is not gonna, because my question is, where's Young Thug's dad? Where's Gunna's? You like, where are these people's fathers at?
I think Thug daddy in his life.
Well, what happened? Yeah, okay.
Don't get me killed, nigga.
Yeah, okay. Okay. That was we can edit that shit out. All right, so look.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, I just really think that we're at a place in our culture where the bullshit that we see going on, everything from the crime to the addiction to antisocial behavior, it all goes back to motherfuckers ain't being raised. Mm-hmm. Like, motherfuckers ain't being raised. Like, for real. Mm-hmm. People ain't being, like, young people are not being raised.
I agree.
You know, they're growing up. They're being sheltered. They're being fed. They're being clothed. But that's different from being raised. Like, all of Nick Cannon's kids, they're going to be sheltered. They're going to be fed. They're going to be clothed. Are they going to be raised in a situation where, and I'm not passing judgment for motherfuckers to say, you know, but I'm just saying, are they going to be raised?
I was watching a podcast with Deb Antony on it, who is Waka Flocka's mama.
Right.
And she said it's so fucked up because now you have in the club, dog, like the mama, the grandmama, and the dog. Like, it be generations of motherfuckers in the same club, nigga. I never thought. I was like, that's crazy.
I knew a mother-daughter stripping combination when I was working at the strip club 4 years ago. There was a mother and daughter that both danced at the club together.
Did they get along?
What the fuck you mean? They would dance. They were dancing on stage together. They would do their set together. The mother was probably 40, maybe 41, and the daughter was about 22.
Oh my God!
They was both fine as motherfucker too. I ain't gonna lie.
Did they look alike?
Not like my daughter and not like my wife and my daughters look, but you could tell they was related. I mean, the mother looked damn good. She did. She looked good.
Where are we? I
was like, what the fuck? And when I found that out, I was like, this shit is a tragedy. They thought it was cute. Oh, they thought it was cute as hell. Like, everybody in the club, oh my God, she danced with him. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
You know, I do a joke
as a community.
I do this joke about, you remember on Teen Wolf? Remember when Michael J. Fox ran home to the bathroom and his dad followed him upstairs, he in the bathroom wolfing out. He's like, Dad, don't come in the door. Right. And then his dad, let me in. And his dad knew that Michael J. Fox figured out he was a wolf, and his dad turned into a wolf too. And he said, see, son, we both wolves. I was wondering if, like, hoes go through that. Like, the daughter go up to the room, she's a whore.
We're both hoes.
Yeah, and the mama banging on the door. It's like, I'm a hoe too, baby. And they lock eye. Your grandmama was a hoe. We just hoes.
That's a little harsh. Like, what really classifies a woman to be a hoe? I asked that question before too on social media. What really classifies a woman to be a whore?
Okay, let me ask you this.
What determines that? Is it bodies? Is it frequency of bodies? Is it the multitude of bodies within a period of time? Like, what the fuck makes a woman a whore?
As a father of daughters, nigga, imagine if that was your baby mama and your daughter and that motherfucker, dog, stripping together.
If my wife and my daughter were both strippers.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What? I mean, how would you feel?
Well, first of all, it wouldn't be my wife. It would be my baby mama and my daughter, because no wife would do that. No, I don't think there's a man around that would allow his wife and his daughter to both be strippers. That would be the most beta motherfucker ever. Like, I can't imagine how that would even happen, but it would be a nightmare if one of my daughters was a stripper. Like, I told my daughters, I said, it's really going to be hard for you to disappoint me in life. But if you came home pregnant by a no good dude, or by a dude that had no potential, like if you came home pregnant and unmarried, that's a kick to the chest. But I understand, because I'm human and I understand shit happens. You know, accidents happen, shit happens. But if you came home intentionally in that situation, because I want to have his kid, and y'all not, like, I would really be like digging deep within myself to see where I fucked up. Because to me, that's something that's so serious. The implications, the ramifications of unmarried women having babies in our community is so fucking serious to me. It's so deep, and it leads to so many other things that. And I'm not talking about. I'm not shitting on single moms. I'm not saying that women who have a kid, because circumstances happen. You have a kid. I mean, you have sex with a dude. You get pregnant. You don't believe in abortion. You don't believe in whatever. And then he turns out to be a complete piece of shit. Mm-hmm. You know. Maybe I don't look. I gotta be real careful with this. Maybe he turns out to be a real piece of shit 7-8 months down the road, and you find out that he was banging 3-4 other chicks. He got another kid over here. He got another kid over here. He got warrants. He's on the run. Like, all kind of shit happens that can end up you being a single mom. I get that. My thing is, when you intentionally set out to say, okay, I want to have his baby. I don't give a fuck if I got a ring. I don't give a fuck if we get married. I just want to have his baby. To me, whatever happens as after that, however bad he shits on you and all that, I have no sympathy for you, because you asked for this.
That's wild.
You had that's the card you pulled, and that's the card that's the hand you decided to play.
That's deep, man. That's very deep.
It's fucked up. I know.
That's very deep, and
which brings us to Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh my gosh. Like, why? First of all, I just want to say, why?
Where's your daddy at, Meg? Where your daddy at?
Why are we allowing? This is a lie. The DNA evidence.
So you don't believe the story as she first put it out there.
The DNA evidence on the gun is inconclusive, dude. Like,
right. As far as who shot it,
Tory Lanez DNA is not on the gun. There's inconclusive DNA evidence. If for somebody to shoot 5 times, you're gonna have all kind of DNA, fingerprints, nails, a little bit of hair. You're gonna have that. The DNA is inconclusive, and they're still trying to crucify this man. I don't understand what's happening, but what I believe is that Rock Nation is trying to push this out because they probably think that this shit is like Meg will be like a new Jussie Smollett, and then she won't be able to sell albums and tickets and shit like that. So they trying to keep.
But I think her fan base will still support her. Her fan base is dysfunctional hoes. So I don't think young dysfunctional hoes gonna be turned off by the fact that she generated all this drama. I just, for some reason, man, from the very beginning, I just never, and I said it on the radio and got in trouble for it. She full of shit. I said, this shit didn't happen the way she's saying it happened. And I got crucified.
Bro, listen, if somebody shoots you in your fucking foot.
I got crucified for that shit.
If somebody shoots you in your fucking foot 5 times.
Right.
You ain't dancing, bitch.
Not for a while.
Oh, you are fucked.
That bitch was twerking 2 weeks later.
Do you know how many bones in the foot? Like how many fine bones? Have you ever ate fish?
Right.
And you know you keep eating.
Yeah.
That's your foot.
Yeah.
You're fucked, bro. Like, ain't no way.
And you coming at it from a standpoint of being a forensic pathologist.
Bro,
Isn't that kind of like being a pharmacist? Not really.
No. That's way off.
This coming from a nigga who ain't been nowhere near nobody college. So I'm
gonna Google that. How many bones in the human foot?
I'm just doing the math on a bullet hitting a part of your body that is an essential part of your body. Dude, I have stubbed my toe and been out of commission for a month. I have hit my toe on the corner of a bedpost and been out of commission damn near for a month, walking like I have a broken femur. I can't imagine if a bullet, unless it was from a 22, Unless they were shooting a 22 and a fragment hit your foot and made you bleed. I can't imagine what kind of bullet hit your foot
especially
that you were back twerking 2 weeks later.
Especially if it's a 40 caliber bullet.
Come on, man. That would take a piece of your foot out. You would have a missing chunk of foot. And you would probably have permanent nerve damage. And I ain't no scientist by any means. I'm a nigga that barely got out of high school. But I know if a bullet of any caliber hits your foot directly or even grazes your foot, dude, that's gonna do some damage. All this shit is flesh. Your whole foot, all that flesh. I don't get how, and I get where, you know, the socially correct thing to do is believe the black woman. Believe this black woman. But what is it about this black woman that has led? It's not like he shot Angela Bassett. What is it about this woman or Viola Davis? What is it about this woman that makes you feel like she has the integrity and the character to be above line?
I just want to say everybody's full of shit. It doesn't matter about race, gender, creed. In every race, gender, they always have a person that's a liar, a thief. It doesn't matter. You have to look at the evidence for what it is, and this evidence is totally inconclusive.
I think Tory Lanez is an idiot too. Now, just all things equal, all things being equal. I don't think this motherfucker's no upstanding citizen. I don't think that Tory Lanez is no paragon of virtue. You know, he's a dumbass too. And that girl who was with him, Kelsey, whatever. And it's like they were just drinking excessive amounts of liquor. They was doing whatever. Then they arguing. It's just a multitude of stupid shit on top of other stupid shit, on top of pointless shit, on top of immature shit, and then ended up with somebody and all of that foolishness with a gun. And I just say throw the whole goddamn case away. Like, if I'm in charge, I say throw the whole fucking case away. If I'm the judge, I'm going to say, I tell you what, I'm about to wrap this shit up and put a bow on it. No charges, no convictions, no settlements. All of y'all get the fuck out of my courtroom and just figure it out on your own. I'm not wasting no more of the state's time with this bullshit. I don't give a fuck who shot you. I don't give a fuck if you did the shooting. I don't give a fuck if you witnessed the shooting. I don't give a fuck, Kylie, if it was at your house. All of y'all get the fuck out of my courtroom and just go somewhere and figure it out. Because what at the end of the day, who gonna win from this shit being resolved? And who gives a fuck?
It's exhausting.
How does it affect society? If he's convicted, if she's found to be lying, if the other girl is found to be complicit, like who? This shit is pointless.
I don't know if I'm out of touch, like at my age, bro, but I only hear about rappers through shit like that. I've never heard a lot of their music. I like the boy Blueface and all these people.
You really sound like the old motherfucker. I'm the old nigga in the club, and you sound like the old nigga in
the
club. You 10 years younger than me.
This nigga, I mean, I've never heard of these fucking people, bro. Like,
no,
they have to
I
do
know
something.
Tory Lanez music. I know Meg Thee Stallion music. I rocked out to they shit. I'm probably gonna rock out to some of their shit on my way out of here.
Name a Tory Lanez song.
I don't know about name. I just know
you
when
were
I hear
full
the
of
shit. I know when I hear the shit. He on some good ass songs.
You don't know a song.
I don't know that he's on the song. I don't know the name of the song, but I know when he's on the shit, it sound good.
Name a Meg Thee Stallion song.
Freak. God damn it, man! You put me on the spot.
Exactly.
I know. Like, they're not real rappers like Run DMC and LL Cool J and Ice Cube and them. They're not like, those are what I call, those are real legitimate rappers. Like, these motherfuckers now, they here today, gone tomorrow type motherfuckers. Like, 3 years from now, we ain't gonna be talking about Tory Lanez. 3 years from now, we won't be talking about Meg Thee Stallion. We'll be talking about, you remember? We'll be talking about Meg Thee Stallion like we was talking about Chingy in 2015. Like, Chingy was a thing in 04. Chingy was not a thing in 08.
I think she a bigger artist than Chingy.
Okay, granted, she's a bigger artist than Chingy, but we ain't gonna be talking about this motherfucker 5 years from now.
She got bars too.
She does. She got bars. The bitch can rap. But we ain't gonna. I'm just saying, no artist these days has staying power. They ain't doing no shit that's gonna live on 10, 15 years from now. You know what I mean? They're not. I mean, they're just not. Like, what are they gonna do? What songs? Like you said, I couldn't name a Tory Lanez song to save my mama life. I
told you that.
But I know as an artist, I like shit that he's been on. I just don't know what it is because I don't have my mental capacity don't store that kind of shit. Why the fuck would I know a Tory Lanez song?
You lying like Meg right now.
I'm not lying.
You ain't never heard that shit.
I'm being honest. I've heard Tory Lanez, but why would I remember it? Why? Why would I remember Tory Lanez?
You know some Drake songs.
Because he's fucking Drake. He's the greatest artist since fucking Elvis. Of course I know Drake songs.
That motherfucker is like Elvis, right?
Nobody's had Drake has been on top for 11 fucking years almost. Drake's a bad motherfucker, man. I mean, you can't put Drake in the same category as, let me see, Tory.
Drake is bad.
Okay, Tory Lanez. All right. Be With You. They Don't Know. Sorry for What. Sincerely. Yeah, you're right. I don't know none of this motherfucking shit.
I told you you don't know none of it.
Yeah, I don't know none of his shit. Like, what the fuck? I don't know none of his songs. Mm-hmm. Damn, do you know any of his songs?
I don't know not a one. I told you in the beginning.
Dude,
don't either.
I'm looking at 17, 18 Tory Lanez songs. I don't know one of these motherfuckers by name.
Bruh.
I don't know one of them by name.
I told you. I told you didn't know. Oh, don't play it on here because I don't want to.
No, I'm not going to.
You put it on, it'll get a strike
if you have 30 seconds. Okay, I know none of his shit.
Nah, bro. Well, we ain't going to play it
on
here.
That's crazy.
Hey, that's what it is, man.
But Meg, I'm a bigger Meg Thee Stallion fan than I am a Tory Lanez fan. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of her as an artist. And I know I just shitted on her when I said she lying. And I wish they would just throw this whole fucking case away. But I am a fan. I like Meg. Like, if I saw her at a party, I'd be like, hey, Meg, I like your shit. And if she said, oh, yeah, I like you too. And I want to, okay.
Do you know what was most awkward about this case? They had to go through her sexual history, and she's in a relationship
wait. What do you mean they had to go through her sexual history? They had to name motherfuckers that she was fucking? Why? What they got to do with her getting shot in the foot?
I guess to show promiscuity because she fucked Tory.
Well, she said in that Gayle King interview that they weren't involved in any kind of a romantic situation. But then she had to come back and say, okay, yeah, because he was apparently he was banging her and her friend. Mm-hmm. He had smashed both of them, which props to him on that because the nigga's like 5'2", so props to you on being a midget.
We did that.
Fucking these two big bitches.
We talked about that the last episode.
Short niggas.
We gave him his love.
Shout out to the short niggas out here giving it in. All right, look, nigga, I ain't mad at you on that. Now, the fact that he wasn't able to pull it off with both of them together, that speaks to your pimping being slacking. You should have been able to pull that threesome off, nigga.
But hold on, what was sad, because she's in a relationship now, and her boyfriend was kind of
Party
sad.
Fontaine, Party.
Yeah, he was a little
She
sad.
stayed with him?
Yeah, he was a little sad about hearing all of these.
That nigga knew. He knew who the fuck he was getting with. He knew she wasn't coming fresh out the box. He knew she had some miles on her, bro. He knew when he pulled that off the lot, there was not no one owner.
Yeah, but you know
low
that,
mileage.
But you don't want to hear it in the public. Shit.
Yeah, but he knew.
Man, you got to see these niggas in video and TV. Ugh.
He fucking knew. Yeah, that's the one thing. I'm glad. Yeah, you don't want to know that your woman was fucking a famous dude. You don't want a woman that. But was she with any athletes that we know of?
I don't know. I'm trying to pull that up.
That'd be really bad. If your chick been with an athlete, that's some shoes you really don't want to try to fill. Especially if she been with a nigga that played football, like a defensive back, motherfucking strong safety, some shit like that. Strong safety nigga about 6'3", about 230, all muscle, strong core. That nigga core is real strong.
Knocking the bottom out.
Oh my god, that nigga's tan. Ooh.
I'm trying to find the coverage of where she actually had to say that.
Okay, but why? Do we really want to put this woman's sexual history out there?
Well, it's already out there. I'm just reading what they report.
Damn.
I'm reading what
So you saying that you think this might cause some friction between her and Party?
Well, they say he feel bad.
Yeah, but I think I'm just looking at her and judging based on her persona.
Mm-hmm.
That thing probably hit so good, boy. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Now, that thing probably hit good. She wasn't raised with her father in her life.
Oh, you are just a piece
She
of
lost
shit.
her mom at an early age, so she was very distraught about that. No, that was a tragedy. Women who go through tragedy, no.
This is going down a dark hole, buddy.
Women that go through a tragic situation at a young age. Okay, I'm saying what people know. Women who go through a tragic, and there's nothing more tragic than losing a parent, especially if that's your only parent. That's very tragic, and it's a heartbreaking situation. But the man who comes into your life after that, you're a heavy drinker and you like to party and shit. Oh my God, you in for a fucking ride, bro. Because all that emotional shit that you got pent up inside of you is gonna come out through the cat. I'm just saying what it is.
Yeah, this is.
Hey, look, I didn't write the book.
I'm pulling.
I'm just reading what's.
I'm pulling out of this, man. I can't do this. So what else is going on, man? What else is going on out there in the world, dude?
I just think that going into a new year, I'm really evaluating. What am I at? Like we talk about this cultural shit and how this culture is so detrimental to us as a people, as where we are right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm finding myself thinking, like, what the fuck am I doing to make it better? Or should I even care? Like, at one point, I wanted to start this foundation, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to do this whole foundational thing where, and I thought about a lot of this shit when I was locked up. Because when you locked up, you try to think about all the good you can bring to the world. Because, you contemplating shit, you getting close to the Lord. You do a lot of shit when you locked up. You have very positive thoughts about how you can contribute to society when you get out. And then, of course, you get out, and 3 months later, you forgot about all that shit. But I was thinking, like, what can I do to help? Like, we got so many wayward young men in our community. And we sit here as older dudes, we talk about the shit. But what are we doing? Like, what are you doing to help?
I can tell you. So I've recently just joined. I've reactivated my
turn this shit around.
My status in Kappa Alpha Psi. I'm active now. And
okay.
I just joined the alumni chapter. So I plan on getting involved with the Kappas. We have a guide right program which kind of mentors the youth. And
now, does that mentor youth that are in like at-risk situations, or it mentors youth that are potential future Kappas?
No, just all youth, man.
So just youth. So y'all may go into a community.
Yeah.
That's got and that's the kind of thing I wanted to do. I had a program called Project 180. I had put this shit together. Finna put together a 501c3 or 3C or whatever you call the shit, where it's mentoring at-risk youth between the ages of I think it was like 7 and 16 or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And where I would pull together guys like myself who went down the wrong path early, turned it around 180 degrees to go in the right direction. Mm-hmm. And I hate when I hear people say, he turned it around 360 degrees. No, motherfucker, you turned it around 180 degrees because 360 puts you right back where the fuck you started at.
Right.
Anyway, that's the Virgo in me. I need shit to be right. But, and I put that on the shelf about 15 years ago and never revisited it. And at the end, and now I'm thinking about it again. Like, I talk a lot of shit about what's wrong with the community and single moms and boys being raised without father. But I'm like, what the fuck am I doing to make it better? Like, and do I owe a responsibility if I'm gonna talk about it to kind of like put something back in it? Do I need to do that to be able to look at myself in the mirror every day and be like, you know what? At least I'm trying.
True. If
I'm helping one or two or a couple of, and I try to do it with younger guys that come into my circle through my kids or whatever. But should I really put emphasis on? I don't know about starting a foundation, but I feel like I got a lot of knowledge. I feel like I have a lot of wisdom that I've gained throughout the years. And I feel like I have a platform now that maybe I didn't have 15 years ago. And maybe that was the issue. I didn't have the platform then that I have now. But should I put something like that together? Seriously.
You should, man.
And recruit some people, because I have some resources now that I didn't have then. I could get a building. Like, I could do a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. But then again, do I want that burden on me of trying to save the community? Because I get very frustrated very quickly with shit. When shit ain't going the way I wanted to go, I get frustrated. Mm-hmm. And then I get overly emotionally involved with people. Mm-hmm. Like, if I meet a young guy who, dude, I had a kid who used to communicate with me on Twitter. He listened to the morning show all the time. And he would go back and forth with me on Twitter and on my Instagram, just like, roasted me and shit like that. And then he told me I would roast him and he told me he was 17. Then he started telling me he was having problems at school. Then he started hitting me up with, hey, K, when you got time, I really want to share a situation with you. And he sent me a long-ass email about some shit he was going through with his mom. His dad is not in the house. His mom is dating some guy. He feels alone. And I felt sucked in, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to care about this because I don't know how much I can help you. He lives in Canada. But this kid was communicating with me on a regular basis, and I'm like, fuck, I'm too, like, what's the word I'm looking? I'm too emotional to get caught up in some shit like that because I really start caring. And then I really start worrying, and then I really start feeling responsible. Can you relate to what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a typical Virgo trait, loyalty to a fault.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. And then I stopped communicating with him.
Yeah, dude, I have to keep people at a distance.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't get sucked into this shit.
I can't. I'm very, very cautious about who I let in my space, right, man. Gotta be, bro. But I do feel like in 2023, and I hate all that end of the year, first of the year proclamation, and this is the year that I'm going to do this and that and the other. But I really do feel like because it bothers me so much, what the state of the community, I don't see myself as a community leader. I don't see myself as a community activist. I don't see myself as a savior by any means. Well, I would say this, one of the biggest things you're doing is you're being a father in the home. And I think that's a huge thing. You're a dad in the house with your wife and children. And that helps the community out even more than that.
By keeping one less, four less.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
5 less problematic people in the community doing shit.
Just having that responsibility. Because sometimes motherfuckers will call me out and I have to tell them, motherfucker, I'm in the house with my child. Fuck you. You know what I mean? I have to tell them, man. So that's a great thing, man. But
do you take care of the other kid?
Yeah. Okay.
That you have? The one that the wife don't know about?
Okay.
The half white one?
I don't have any other children outside. That's it. All I got is just my one son and my wife. And that's it.
No kids on the outside. That's commendable. Because I know you was slaying hoes before you got married.
I wasn't getting a lot of pussy.
I know you was running through. Not really running through the moles.
Get a lot of pussy.
Not really running through the moles before you got married.
But I didn't have, man.
You wasn't racking up the numbers, bro. You wasn't just like, goddamn.
Well, I'm very picky, man. I gotta like you. Some motherfuckers catfish. Just fucking anything to be fucking. I can't. I can't do that.
Some people do that.
So I guess we coming to an end. So I will be at the Arlington Draft House. I'm saying this every weekend because that's the only date I got on the books right now. Arlington Draft House, 24th and 25th. And it looked like I'll be doing Conclave too.
Yeah, them dates.
For Cap Alpha side.
Them goddamn dates be like, ooh. I'm doing a blues concert, man. I'm doing a blues show in keep talking while I find this shit. In Apopka, Florida.
With who?
It's a blues here it is. It's the Southern Soul Festival, and it's Tucker, King George, Tina P, DJ Trucker. It's the Southern Soul Festival.
And you hosting this event?
Tucker, Jeter Jones, King George, Tina P, DJ Trucker, hosted by comedian Special K from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
It's like some white Lantern shit. It looked like they couldn't afford to get Frankie Beverly.
Hosted by a Pop Cut Amphitheater, south side of Orlando.
So they couldn't afford Frankie Beverly and Mays, and that's what they...
Hey, man. And, I did a blues show before. Well, it wasn't really blues. It was an old school show. I did it in Macon. I hosted it. It was the Mary Jane Girls, Timex Social Club. No, Club Nouveau.
Okay.
Club Nouveau, Mary Jane Girls, Lenny Williams, The Whispers,
okay,
and this other blues singer. I had the most fucking fun ever. Like, dude, the crowd was old as shit, right? Like, it was nobody in that crowd was under 44. Nobody in that crowd. It was outside. It was on a football field. Dude, I had so much fucking fun. I did a old school dance contest for $20 with a $20 prize. When I tell you the motherfuckers was running up there to get in that contest and was cutting up for that 20, dog, I had a good ass time, man. I had a good ass time. Lenny Williams came out and did 2 songs off his new album. I said, nigga, if you don't get to that, Cause I Love You,
and 2 in January,
ain't nobody come to hear your new shit. You 92.
In January, we start filming season 2 of Life and Beth.
Life and Beth on Hulu.
That's good, man. They got me in there this season, man. They
starring Amy
my
Schumer.
Face will be all throughout.
How many episodes you doing?
7, I think.
You're featuring in 7 episodes. That's good shit.
Yeah, bro.
Because they only do what?
9.
They only know and you're in 7 now.
I'm in there, man.
Motherfucker, you in there?
I'm in there, baby.
We gonna be on the road later on next year.
I bet. Look, baby.
We gonna be on the road, nigga.
Hey,
when you blow up and start doing these white clubs, nigga,
I think
I'm your opening act.
Dude, I still think your biggest thing is your social media. I don't think television sells tickets.
I just want to work for you. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Y'all hear this?
I just want to say I'm on the road opening for LaVar.
Well, I guess we can wrap this up. Shit, I'm exhausted.
I'm your biggest
this Meg
fucking
Thee
fan.
Stallion shit has gotten me fucking exhausted and parched. So
yeah, I know, right?
This is your episode 2 Virgos in the Mic.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
RoyalComedyTour.com.
That's right. Royal Comedy
Get
Tour.
those dates.
Arlington Draft House for me, 23rd, 24th. So I need all of Virginia to pull up on your boy.
Miami Comedy Festival, January 14th and 15th. Come see your boy. I'll be there.
Dope. All right. Peace.